Hello BL Zone family. Today, we're starting with a review of the new GMMTV BL series, The Last Twilight. Right off the bat, I really like the idea of blurred letters for dramatic effect. The first episode begins with two parallel stories. On one side, we see Day, a professional badminton player currently in a doubles match at a tournament. On the other side, Mok is at an auto repair shop, having just lost money on a bet. To recoup his losses, he wagers with his friends on Day's match against Singapore. During the match, Day begins to experience blurred vision, causing him to miss several shots. As time passes, his condition worsens, and in a panic, he calls his mother from the stands to escort him off the court. In the garage, Mok and his friends are attacked by another group, leading to Mok's arrest. His then-girlfriend visits him with terrible news. His older sister has just passed away, leaving him alone. Following the charges, Mok is given an ankle monitor he must wear for a year. A year later, Mok visits the officer responsible for evaluating whether he can have the monitor removed. In the conversation, Mok details the challenges he faced in the past year and why he couldn't find a stable job despite being a skilled mechanic. A garage owner promised him employment after serving his sentence, so Mok hopes that promise holds. However, upon completing his sentence, the owner lies, claiming he already hired someone for the position. As Mok leaves, he encounters a guy who's come for an interview for the same job. The garage owner fears Mok might do something to him, but Mok just adjusts a chair he noticed was problematic for the owner, a comical situation. After a few days, Mok begins working for Tong, an acquaintance servicing air conditioners. Their current job is at an association for the blind and visually impaired. While fetching water in the toilet, Mok encounters a large crowd outside an office. In a conversation with a man waiting there, Mok learns that there's an interview underway conducted by a famous chef for a caregiver position for his son, which pays exceptionally well. Mok claims he's not interested, just curious, but ends up waiting outside that same office. Hours pass. Candidates cycle through with terrible interview answers, and Day decides to end the process for the day as he can't bear the awful answers anymore. Night, Day's brother steps out and announces it's over for the day. Angrily, Mok insists he's been waiting all day and that they only need to conduct his interview. He pushes Night and storms into the room, but upon seeing Day, he apologizes, explaining he misunderstood the job description. Now, Day doesn't let him leave and insists Mok stays for the interview after such a grand entrance. At the office, Day's mother explains the job description while Day remains sarcastic and ironic, angry about the situation. Throughout the conversation, Day emphasizes that Mok can be bought with money, especially since his mother is going to pay a significant amount for the care of a blind child who doesn't know how to take care of himself. Offended by Day's entire approach, Mok tells him that it's a caretaker job for a brat, and he better keep his money for himself because he might need it for medical treatment when someone smashes his jaw. Mok leaves the office, leaving everyone stunned. Day heads for a routine eye checkup with Night, and the doctor informs him that the deterioration of his vision has partially halted, and his sight is now at around 20%. On their way back home, Night needs to stop by the Shining Society for the Blind to deliver some documents his mother gave him, asking Day if he'll wait in the car or outside. Day steps out of the car, and Night leaves. Meanwhile, Mok goes to the institution to inquire at the reception if the job position he saw advertised a few days ago is still open. The employee responds negatively, disappointing Mok, and he leaves. As he waits for the elevator doors to close, Day approaches and enters the elevator with Mok. Mok impassively observes as Day struggles to press the elevator button. After exiting, Day drops his membership card, which Mok picks up. While Day is selecting CDs of interest, Mok learns from the receptionist that Day was in a car accident and the only cure for his condition is a corneal transplant. The atmosphere becomes tense when Day accidentally drops a few CDs, picked up by Night. During the drive back home, Day learns that his mother wants Night to become his legal guardian. Although Night claims he's doing it to help Day, Day is angry and responds bitterly, suggesting that Night is doing it to take everything away from him. Offended by his brother's reaction, Night claims the corneal transplant Day urgently needs might have to wait for up to 10 years. Despite their disagreements, Knight insists that Day will have to rely on him during that time, regardless of how much Day hates him. Angry and hurt, and with Knight refusing to leave the car, Day steps out at a traffic light. Relying on his senses, Day attempts to cross the street. Vehicles pass by, and sirens blare, making Day try to discern the cars coming towards him. Everything appears blurred, and the sirens start to frighten him. At the moment a motorcycle is about to hit him, Mock catches Day and pulls him to safety. Holding Day, Mock introduces himself as the guy from the recent interview. Day agrees to let Mock drive him home on his motorcycle. Outside their front door, Day's mother welcomes them with an umbrella, asking what on earth happened. Although his mother insists Day come inside, he invites Mock in as well. While everyone is in the living room, Day asks Mock to pick a book and read something from it. Mock follows the request and starts reading a passage from The Little Prince. The two of them begin finishing each other's sentences, and despite his mother's objections, Day wants to employ Mock as a caregiver. However, Mock declines and leaves the house, agreeing to think it over and give them an answer within a few days. Outside, in front of the door, Mock contemplates his sister's car, which he can't afford to take from the garage. Then, he goes back into the living room, wanting to return Day's lost membership card. He insists Day come to him to collect it, handing it over and saying, "I'm Mock. When do I start?"